And hello, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are an inclusive channel here, and we are live. So, I hope that everybody is well. And this is a Formless Friday. On Fridays, I alternate between pre recorded videos that I upload and schedule and live streams. I usually do the live streams when I don't have anything prepared, and I have fun on live streams anyway because I don't edit them and I don't worry about editing. Um, and and we have a good time usually. So, oh hey Maribel, hey Crystalline. So, how is everybody doing today? All the standard icebreaker questions. What's on your hook? What's in your cup? What's for dinner tonight? We have so many leftovers in this house still. I mean, not from Christmas and New Year's, but my sister made chili. We ordered pizza a few days ago. That sort of thing. Hey, Yarn Barf, I owe you something, don't I? Um, I owe lots of people lots of things. I'm way behind on my packages. I got a package back from the post office. It was going to Europe, and apparently I had not. Hey, Jackie. Um, Apparently I had not filled out the customs form correctly. So that's why it came back. So I have to fill it out again and pay the postage again. Not happy about that. Maybe I should go to the post office directly and say, hey, can I do this again with the same postage and just fix it? I should. I hope the post office is open tomorrow morning. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Stephanie. Um, so how is everybody's day going? We just came back. We had lunch, a late lunch and a grocery run. Um, and bags of dog food are heavy, I'll tell you that, or they can be. Um, and almost didn't make it back in time. But let me tell you what else. Oh my gosh, in the middle of the night last night, I woke up. I had been dreaming that I had set up this live stream or maybe another in StreamYard, and accidentally I was streaming an empty chair for hours and hours and hours. So I could not just lie there. Even though I knew it was not gonna be true, I still had to check. Maybe that's OCD of me, or some sort of disorder. I always think I have these disorders, even though I've never been diagnosed with anything except depression. But I've got enough of that to go around, I'll tell you that, from time to time. Um, but I had to get up, and then I wound up. I was in Kim's late night room when she went live, and that was fun. I love Kim; she's wonderful. Okay, so we don't have a topic today. This is a what I call a Formless Friday. Oh dear me, that sounds like a chaotic day, Yarn Barf. Um, Today is Formless Friday. Sometimes I have a pre-recorded video, but more often than not, I go live, and we have a fun time when I go live. Saturdays, I usually don't have a video. Sundays, I have my Sunday reading. Recently, I've been doing those Sunday readings live instead of recorded, and I've been enjoying those. Oh no, Yarn, you took a fall. Ouch. I hope everything is okay. And, it was nothing more than bruises. Because I've had those falls. You remember my eye just before I went to that first retreat? Oh my goodness gracious. That was a fall. I made a lot of jokes about it, but really it was just a fall. Um, Sundays, I do oh, you're sewing up a blouse. That's nice. Oh, yarn barf. I just turned 59. I've been hurting all over for years. But um, Sundays I do my Sunday readings, and as I was saying recently, I've been doing them live, and people seem to enjoy them, and people do catch them on the replay as well. So I can't promise to do them live every Sunday, but I'm this week certainly I'll do it live again. Gives me time to choose something to read between now and then. Mondays, I have my Monday men. I have someone special this Monday lined up. Actually, they're all special. They're all really, really good guys and really good conversations. I always enjoy doing those. Tuesdays, I do Topic Tuesdays. I can't remember what my topic for next week is. This week we did dad jokes and had a good time with that. Every 4 to 6 weeks, we come back to dad jokes because they're fun. Wednesdays, I have my Wednesday free for all. Um, when, again, there is no topic. Okay, yarn barf. It's okay if you're in and out. That's fine too. We all have lives. Well, you guys do. I sit here all day and crochet. But hey, Kenny. Hey, Gabby. Special events. This coming Monday, the 17th, would have been Betty White's 100th birthday. A lot of people are doing um, fundraisers in her honor for um, pet rescue organizations and other kinds of animal welfare organizations. I'm going to use it to launch a project that I've been talking about informally up to this point about, making sweaters and blankets for pet rescue organizations. I still have to come up with a little more structure and process to it. But in addition to my Monday Man, I will be I'm sorry, I got distracted at the idea of having a man again. It's been so long. Um, I will be doing a video about that. Also on February 13th, which is a Sunday, I'll be doing a marathon. Hey, just another stitch. Hey, Marsh Knitting. Um, so yeah, on the 13th of February, that will be the 20th anniversary of my bariatric surgery, and there will be before pictures. Well, there's only one, but it's pretty dramatic. Um, so 20 years ago next month. Can you believe it? Uh, I don't have any other marathons planned, but there will be as time goes by. Um, let's see what else is going on. Oh, I've been talking about this. Most of you already know it. Hey, Cuppy. Um, Most of you know there's somebody on Instagram pretending to be me with pictures he stole from me, and he's trying to scam people out of money. I have two Instagram accounts. One is called Bearded Yarn Dudes. No surprise there. The other one is called Tamino File. Tamino is the name of the lead tenor role in The Magic Flute, and it's the first complete role I ever sang. So anyone else pretending to be me is not me. Report that person for being an imposter and for stealing my pictures. I tried to report him or her, I don't even know. And the response I got from Instagram was that that person was not violating community standards. I don't know why pretending to be me and stealing my pictures is not considered violating community standards, but to my mind, it is. Um, any other announcements? Nightbot is taking care of most of the announcements, really. You know, Nightbot just posted about my Premier affiliate link, and I have all sorts of links. I have patterns on Ravelry. I have merch on Teespring. I keep saying I'm going to expand the merch. Um, it's on my to-do list. And other announcements. Honestly, I'm not the only person um, whose identity has been stolen on Instagram. Not the only one in our community, because someone approached me pretending to be someone we all know. And it didn't take me very long to figure out it was an imposter. And only why. Oh, Cuppy, I like the way you put that. It's because I'm so cool. And if you believe that, have I got something to sell you? Anyway, excuse me for that. Let me show you what I've been doing lately with yarn. Okay, this is an example of a Tunisian pattern that I just created, but because it was only one hank of yarn, it really, I wanted it to be a shawl, but it's really cowl size. But I love it anyway. Aren't those colors amazing? Don't you just love that? So I wear it like this. Hey, Karen. I saw that you sent me a message earlier. I haven't responded. So that's one thing that I finished recently, but the only reason I finished it is because I ran out of yarn from this particular hank. This is a hand-dyed hank. This is the creator. I have no idea whether this colorway is still available. It's called Crab Apple Maple. But it was one, you know, I told the story about at one of the retreats, there was a guy who was destashing and decluttering and bought a whole bunch of, brought a bunch of stuff with him. And he sold it at amazing discount prices and shared the proceeds with the retreat scholarship fund. So this was, I got 5 hanks of hand-dyed yarn, including this one, for 17 bucks. I mean, this tag shows a retail price that's more than 17 bucks for this one hank. So, hey, Angela. Copy, I think I love you. Now I'm David the Cool Bandit with this this cowl on. And on top of that, there were other things where they have a table where people can donate things and other people can buy them if they want them. So I got a few hanks there. I also won a door prize that was another 5 hanks of hand-dyed yarn. They were all identical, same color, perfectly gorgeous. And on top of that, the same guy who was destashing um, follows me and knows that I love Lion Brand mandala. So he brought me some of his stash of Lion Brand mandala to give me as a gift. And it was funny because we were like keeping that gift sort of non-public. So when we were transferring it from the trunk of his car to the trunk of mine, it sort of felt like a drug deal. But, you know, I'm hooked and I don't care who knows it. Jackie, it takes practice. It took me a long time to become comfortable with Tunisian. It took me a couple of years, really, because I would try something and never be happy with it, and I would say, I'm never doing Tunisian again. And then a few months later, I'd pick it up again and try something else. It just takes practice. And then, so I did this. This is the Tunisian mesh stitch, which is really nothing but alternating Tunisian simple and yarn overs. Well, Karen, I have a glass here too. And I have another Tunisian pattern. This one will soon be on Ravelry. I have another Tunisian pattern that is already on Ravelry, I think. And this is another thing that I just completed this week. I think that this yarn is perfectly gorgeous. It doesn't feel as good as it looks. It's ice yarn. It feels a little plasticky. Could be because of the it could be because of the sparkly stuff that's in it. But this is a variation of my the moss stitch shawl that I did when Granny D had her moss stitch challenge. Crystalline has some mandala ombre that you haven't yet used. Does anyone ever clear all of their whips? I know I don't. Honestly, I was thinking I have a UFO that has been a UFO for maybe 2 years now, where it's a big blanket made of hexagons, and I've done all the pieces. I just can't be bothered to sew them together. So I might as well just give that to somebody who will sew them together and then use the darn thing. But so yeah, I've been saying that some people have whip mountains. I have a finished object mountain. A lot of stuff I want to keep because I want to make better pictures of them, and then a lot of stuff I just haven't gotten around to donating yet. Although I should while I can. So anyway, yeah, that sparkly shawl. Well, there's an idea, Jackie. That sparkly shawl, that will also be on Ravelry soon. I also have the diagonal moss stitch sweater that I still have not put on Ravelry because there are some edits to do to it that I haven't done yet. And then I started this thing. And you can't really see where it's going yet, but it's going to be another one of my, I don't even know where the end of it is. Okay, it's going to be another one of my diagonal shawls. I started this with another yarn. But I didn't like it in that yarn, so I frogged it, and now I'm doing it with a Lion Brand mandala. And then I found this gorgeous yarn in my stash. um, that I had forgotten was there, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. But I love it. I love the colors because you know me in color. Um, and then this is something I was saying that I have some yarn that I don't think it's terribly pretty, but I just wanted to try to make something pretty out of it. And that's this, but because of the way it's variegated, I can't do much with texture or design. So basically, I'm just going to make a simple cowl out of it and get it out of my hair. Um, one, two, well, that's two whips plus a hat. I've always got a hat going, and I need to do at least one dog sweater over the weekend, but they're easy to do as well. And then the finished objects don't get me started. And then also, I had this in my stash that I pulled out to cake up and use. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is the tag on that. So I haven't decided what to do with it yet. But I like the way that looks. Anyway, so I'm going to post the link if anybody wants to come up. So let's see. Now we're here until 5 o'clock, and at 5 o'clock, Granny D goes live. Usually, she's been a little under the weather lately, so we just hope she'll be live today and feeling well. And so tell me what else is going on. Oh, and you know what else? I need to get to work on on scheduling more Monday men. So if you have ideas for men in the yarn world, I could interview. Please throw out those names and I'll make notes. Some of them I might have already talked to. Some of them I might have approached and they said no. And that does happen. Some people are not comfortable with the format, or some of them just don't respond. And I'm a small channel. I can see how if they have a larger social media presence than I do, how being on my channel wouldn't necessarily be a big help for them. I understand. I was in business. I was in the corporate world for a long, long time. I have approached Gregory Stitch, Karen. Yes. Oh, Jackie, you mean Granny D's test results? No, I saw her this morning in Secret Yarnery's live stream, but she was just making conversation and not talking about her own situation then. But of course we're all concerned about Granny D because we love her. Let's see. Now, the one I have coming up this coming Monday. Hey, moms, glad to see you. He is he's in the UK. He has a local yarn shop, and and a really cool channel. I think I was supposed to be on somebody else's live today, and I missed it because we went out grocery shopping. Oh no, I just got a message about it. I hate to miss commitments. I mean, uh, I hate to forget anything. Oh well. Oh well. She knows I love her. Um, I don't know how I forgot it. Well, nobody died. At least not from that reason. I hope. So I mean, it's YouTube. It's not brain surgery. I mean, I hate to let people down, but at the same time, I'm a completely fallible human being. Completely fallible, let me tell you that. I am really digging this cowl. It feels good around my neck, even though it's not terribly chilly, but it feels good around my neck, and the colors are really good for me too. Don't you think? Um, let's see. What else can we talk about? Hit me with some more names of men I could talk to for my channel. So last week, I hope you saw it, a really nice, very young yarn dyer in Chicago. I think Chicago. I can't remember exactly. Hey Diane. Hey Nisi. Um, oh, Diane, the pets are fine. The pupper is, he's old. He's got arthritis. He's rather sore. The kitty is doing well and growing. Um, and she'll be a full-grown cat before you know it. Oh, yeah, Karen, get that fresh air. Jackie, yeah, in California it's too hot for cowls. Here I don't wear scarves anymore. I used to love to wear scarves when I lived in New York because I would make scrap scarves and wear them out, and I would get so many compliments on them. Just scraps of whatever yarn I had. Um, um, but here in like Wilmington, North Carolina, we don't really need scarves. But I have this cowl. I'm calling it a cowl now. I have another thing that is sort of a small scarf. That was another one hank wonder because I only had one hank of the yarn. It came from Daniel, and it's a beautiful red and pink variegated thing. And probably not going to have any other scarves or cowls. Now I have sweaters. It's funny, I was saying just yesterday, I think, that I have enough sweaters that I myself made to start a store. But there I was lounging about in a hoodie from Walmart. But this sweater I made, I've shown this to you before. This is my moss stitch sweater. This is also on Ravelry. Um, So let me just post the link again in case anybody wants to come up. So let's see what else is going on. I have learned my lesson. I'm working on another blue hat for Hat Not Hate. Um, this one starts with, I usually just make it up as I go along. So this has ribbing at the top and then herringbone in the body. It's going to be a little large, I think. But it'll fit someone somewhere. But I have learned my lesson about trying to work on anything more complex than this while I'm also, hey, not the end. You're in Kings Mountain? Did you know that I'm in Wilmington? Um, anyway, yeah, I've learned my lesson about trying to do anything more complicated than this while I'm running my mouth. And I'm always running my mouth, as you have observed. So, not the end. How did you find out about us? I'm glad you're here. So, I forgot to mention this. Nightbot has just posted a link. There is a fundraising knit along, crochet along, um, organized by Gary Boston, who is a wonderful guy. He's also one of the men that I have, whom I have interviewed for my channel. So he's always doing fundraising for AIDS-related causes. He's done those AIDS rides, where they'll ride a bicycle to hell and back um, to raise money. He's done those quite a few times. So he organized this thing. As a fundraiser. So, for the crochet along part, he's using my Alicia shawl pattern. And so, most of the proceeds from sales of the Alicia shawl up until the end of January, possibly after that, are going to his fundraiser. And if you already own the Alicia shawl pattern, then I think there's a link um, that's a Ravelry group link. Um, there's a link where you can find other ways to support the cause. You've been lurking. You like my relaxed attitude? Oh. My corporate bosses didn't always like my relaxed attitude, I'll tell you that. But I'm no longer in the corporate world, and for that, I think both the corporate world and I are extremely thankful. Um, okay, how many? That's 4 rows of herringbone. That's as much as I feel like doing. What shall I do next? Maybe I'll just do simple ribbing next. So that's what we're doing here. That's what we're about. So why? Let me just post the link again. If anybody wants to come up and join me, help me entertain the troops. At different times of day, we get different numbers, we get different people. And as a reminder, at 5 o'clock, we go and see Granny D. We're all hoping she's feeling better because she um, don't think she was on Wednesday, or if she was, it was only briefly because she wasn't feeling well. Um, so, oh, okay. Not the End is on her phone. I'm assuming Not the End is a her, because in most of these crochet rooms, I'm the only guy. I don't mind. So, um, let's see what else is going on. So, Not the End. What's on your hook? Anybody else who has come in since the beginning? Tell me what's on your hook and everything else that's going on. Definitely a her. I figured. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I will be out like in a waiting room or something, and I'll pull out a crochet project, and someone will say, "I've never seen a man knitting before," and I'll give them, you know, this kind of look. Let me see if I can do it better. This kind of look, and I'll say, "You still haven't. This is crochet." Um, but sometimes that scares them off. That's okay, because then I can focus on my project. So, yep. Some of you have seen that look from me before. I used to have an online identity called Pager Bear because I used to work with a typesetting language called Pager. Um, so I called myself Pager Bear. And so I would call this my patented Pager Glare. Kim, glad to see you. Oh, great, Not the End. Tell us about the sweater. Oof. Jackie, yeah, it's horrible. There's always something there's always some bad news about the pandemic. Uh, you know, it's funny. We were out today at the supermarket, and we were wearing masks, even though, yeah, we were wearing masks, but very few other people were. Gabby is working on her first cardigan. Um, Tell us about the cardigan too. See, now I love doing sweaters. I love doing sweater bodies. I don't like doing sleeves, but I think I've got sleeves down to a science now. Because I do my sleeves bottom up now. I can't do them top down. So I start at the wristband and go up. Ooh, just remembered something else that I could potentially turn into a pattern that I was just doing as a sort of a scrap project. Puzzle yarn tutorial. Do you know I know of My Precious Yarnery. I'm not sure I have ever watched that channel. It's you just can't get everywhere. You can't see every channel out there. So I understand it when people have not seen me before. Although I hope they will choose to see me again. Slow and steady wins the race. Yes. Okay. So I have a couple of cardigan patterns out there, and I hope that they're understandable to people who are between beginner and intermediate and beyond. I mean, I wouldn't recommend any sweater for any uh uh beginner because it's a big thing. Oh, I like the way you work, not the end. You make it up as you go along. That's what I do, and then I write it down and sell the pattern. Speaking of which, Ravelry will have hey Delphine, um, will have posted my Ravelry link before now. Hey Joyce. Um, so so yeah, I've gotten to the point where and this is just me, I get bored with other people's patterns. Um, unless it's a small project. Um, but I'd rather create something of my own. I get bored with my own patterns if I've already done it once or twice. Um, but anyway, yeah. So then, not the end when you create something that you like and you write down what you've done. Do you go back and do more instances of the same creation, the same pattern? Sometimes I will do that to have two samples of the same pattern, especially if it's a shawl or something that doesn't take all that much time. Um, but otherwise, um, unless I have a specific purpose, I mean, I sometimes forget that I created a pattern. In fact, I was looking at my hey Nadine, I was looking at what I have on Ravelry um, not long ago, and I was going, "What in the world is that?" It must be mine because it has a snarky name, but hey, Nana Donna. So, everybody who has just come in, tell me what's on your hooks. So, right now, I am throwing together yet another blue hat. I do blue hats all the time. Oh, Nisi, get that nap if you need it. Naps are wonderful things. So, oh gosh, my sister told me today she wants to work on my unibrow. I said, "Is there anything else you would like to mention about my appearance?" And she says, "Oh, no, 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 no." coloring. Do you know, I see these wonderful coloring books, like, you know, excuse me. Oof, I'm always dropping hooks on the floor. So I see these wonderful coloring books that are, very sophisticated things that are clearly meant for grown-ups and not adults, and are grown-ups and not kids, by which I mean they're complex, not adult themed, although I'm sure those are out there too. I just haven't seen them and don't really want to. Okay. Well, hugs, Nisi. Get a good get a good nap. My sleep has been so off. It really has. There are times when I will stay up all night long, um, crocheting and watching videos and stuff. Lori! Oh, yeah, they call that the pajama commute. Ha, ha, ha. It's funny. I joke about my memory. I say that I don't remember how I got here today, and my bedroom is right next door. But and much of the time, I do spend the whole day in pajamas. Today we went out, so I actually did take a bath and put on grown-up clothes for a change. Oh, yes, yes, Nana Donna. I would love to see that. Send me an email just to make sure that I get the link. Um, anyway, let's see what else is going on. I'm just talking out the top of my head right now, really. Just making it up as I go along. Um, because I can't get anybody to come up with me. Nobody likes me. But um, yeah, we're just having general conversation. At 5 o'clock, we're gonna go over and see Granny D. Unless anybody has seen any news where she might say she's coming on late or not doing it today. Hmm. I used to love working from home, but I would fall asleep all the time. I would get a morning nap in, and I would fall asleep on calls. Gabby, a lot of people love the Karen sprinkle cakes. I have not worked with them. Um, okay, Nana, I can't do that. I'm in StreamYard right now and not in YouTube. But I will do it later. If somebody else who is a moderator could put Nana's link up, that would be lovely. Yeah, I haven't worked with the Karen sprinkle cakes. I know a lot of people like them very much. I have seen them at Michael's. I just have not worked with them. Um, um, let's see. Overall, I'm a bigger fan of Lion Brand mandala cakes than Karen cakes, but that is a gross generality. I'm not going to say that I don't like the Karen cakes. Um, it's just that I like the Lion Brand better. Um, I always hope Lion Brand is listening when I say things like that. Um, but they never are. Oh, well. Maybe one day I'll be big enough that they will make me an affiliate. Right now, I have a Premier affiliate link and a Furls affiliate link. I used to have an Amazon affiliate link, but they took it away from me because no one ever bought anything. Um, so, anyway, if you do, okay, that's good news. Good news, Donna. Apparently, Granny D is going on at 5 o'clock, and let me just put up her link. What was I going to say? If you ever do um, buy from the Premier website, um, and don't use hey Shatika, and don't use somebody else's affiliate link, I wouldn't object if you used mine. Hey Laura, glad to see you. Um, Laura, we have only 10 minutes, and then at 5 o'clock we're going to go see Granny D. But I'm glad that you were here for these 10 minutes. And Shatika also, because you just came in at the same time. Oh, hey, Pamela McGuire. Oh, let's we have a few minutes, but we can have fun if somebody wants to come up on the panel. So, otherwise, I think I got a notification that I need to go and pick up something at the UPS store, and then I'll come back and see Granny D. Let me just check. Anyway, what were we talking about? I could show you my whips and finished objects again if you'd like. Um, well, what I'm wearing around my neck, it was going to be a shawl, except it's a one Hank Wonder. Um, um, it became a cowl because I only had I had one Hank, so it didn't become large enough to be a shawl, but it's a really nice cowl, and I like it that way. And I love the colors. I have a shawl that I showed a little earlier that will be on Ravelry soon. It's on Instagram already. I have a couple of things that I'm working on. Eh, none of it's very exciting, but yeah, in about 2 minutes, I'm gonna let y'all go so you can tinkle before Granny D goes live, because I'd sort of like to tinkle too. Uh, anyway, well, Laura, you're always welcome in. I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad that you found us. We try to have a good time here. Sometimes, like today, it's just me running my mouth the whole time. It's true, not the end. Um, if I I'm working on a scarf and I don't have enough yarn to make it long enough, it's a cowl. In fact, I have a cowl over there. Can't you see it over there? It's on the other side of the room. It's part of my finished object mountain that I need to send out to somebody because I promised it. It was just, it's not even worth the effort to write it up because I probably have written it up as a scarf before, but there wasn't enough yarn to make a full scarf out of it. So I turned it into a cowl. Somebody wanted it, so um and she sent me the postage too, so that was good. Hey guys, what do you think? I mentioned that that blanket that I have, a great big unfinished object where I have done, honestly, I did 72 hexagons, and now I can't be bothered to sew them together. How awful is that? What do you think if I offered that to people and um, would anybody want that sort of thing? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know anything. But that's nothing new. That should surprise no one. So, well, right now it is 4:56. I'm going to put up Granny D's link again. And then, Pamela, you send me the postage and it's yours to finish and keep. Um, and then I'm going to let you all go. I want to thank you all for coming. I'm always thankful for people who watch, for people who subscribe, for people who become members, for people who show love in every way that they do. And I'm always amazed. This community is really beautiful. So, yes, not the end. Please come back. Okay, I will. Let you all go. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the standard YouTube crap, and keep coming back. Bye bye.